Shalom to the elect of Israel. Let us give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rukwah Kadash, and double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom means peace. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Bahashem means in the name of. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, our Savior, who the world ignorantly called Jesus. Yeah, I said ignorantly, not ignorantly. I said ignorantly. This is how I was raised. All right. In this lesson, I want to point out one of the facts I love to point out is that we have enemies. Not only spiritually, but we have physical enemies in the earth. While we fight against each other in ignorance, based on the lies of one of our main enemies, we neglect the fact that we have natural born enemies that Yahweh Shai has set up. All right. And I'm going to just say we're going to get into Esau Edom being the main enemy, the elite of Esau Edom. The one that Yahweh Shai said, or Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai said, that he will have indignation with forever, from generation to generation, roughly paraphrasing. Amalek being the head of Esau Edom, the rulers of the earth at this point in time. And what they have done is separated us, being the left hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, being the sword of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, to correct us. And at this time, the sad thing is that only 1/3 Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to have mercy to abide with. I'll say it that way. To be close with. I'm going to start off with this first. I did a little research because one of my Akim, my brothers, Lord willing, forever, even into the kingdom, from a camp I go to. I'm not going to get into specifics, but if you know, you know. He always like to go into the woe unto them that build house upon house. But that has a lot to do with what's going on in the world right now. As we know, Esau Edom is from the caves. As we know, Esau Edom love high rises and, what they call them, sky rises or whatever, He like making buildings with houses on top of houses. You go downtown, that's a perfect, and downtown signify those who rule the world. In the kingdom, there's going to be a temple, okay, right? The temple of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. But it's not going to be houses stacked on top of houses. It's too much land, right? And in the kingdom, everything's going to be ran under Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, in righteousness according to the commandments. All this land, everyone's going to have their own house away from each other. Golly, boy. In these days and times, you can hear everything your neighbor doing. And this is one of the laws that Esau Edom broke that make this world desolate. Without any further ado, I'm going to go into this article, or this, I put up on Google. It says, one of the earliest was the 1869 Stuyvesant Apartments on East 18th Street in Manhattan, designed by Paris-trained American architect Richard Morris Hunt. That's funny. Morris Hunt. That's my people's last name on my mother's side. On my no, yeah, on my mother's side. No. That's on my mother's father's side. Right, on my mother's side. Yeah, cause my grandfather's name was Hunt, so called, and my grandmama's name was Turner. All right. What I want to bring this out for is because let me go down here. The typical New York City apartment or tenant, a type first constructed in the 1830s, consisted of apartments, particularly known as railroad flats. All right. So they started developing apartments in the 1800s. All right. 1830, 1869. Let me go ahead to Isaiah 58. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, that there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Why did Yahweh Shemel Shai separate the nations from the beginning of time? Why did he separate the nations? Why did he put it in Abraham to go to the land of Canaan? Why did he make it so that through Joshua, and the men to subdue Canaan and turn it into Israel, and then set a plot of land for all the Israelites over there in the land right now, okay, that they call Israel, in that region, because that part of land is just a small part. Israel was spread out through a lot of land in that time, in that part of the world. All right. Woe unto them that build house on house, that lay field to field, that there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Everybody had their own tents. They had their own home, their own house. They wasn't built on top of buildings, on top of buildings, like what we're going through right now. And then later on, the establishment of prisons. In 1891, the federal prison system was established. Congress passed the Prisons Act, which established the federal prison system. The first three prisons, Leavenworth, USP Atlanta, and USP McNeil Island, are operated with limited oversight by the Department of Justice. Okay? And this is 1891. Okay, you have 1830. Matter of fact, it actually, let's start with let me see if I can find this. Let's see if I can find this. Let's go there. Let's see if I can find this. $1785. Why y'all playing with me? The invention of incarceration. I'll start here. Prisons were controversial from the start, and over the last 230 years, the public conversation about them in the United States has taken many turns. At first, Rubin says they were billed as humanitarian achievement, a more effective and more humane way to punish criminals than corporal or capital punishment. But see, that was the issue. First, they tell you that you only live once, all right? And the thing is, America being a corporation and everybody being stamped as what's what I want to say, a item which can be sold inside of that, from that corporation, all right? In other words, to make money off you. They created prison systems. Like, my teachers love to go into, my Akim love to go into a stone shower. A stone shower would disrupt disobedience quicker than a so-called prison system. But Esau Edom is all about money. All right? Especially the elites. Money. And at the same time, making you suffer, making your family suffer. In the kingdom, it's not going to be any of that. It's not going to be any of that. The truth is going to be declared, and it's being declared right now, but it's going to be a light shining forever. All right? Anyone that goes off of the other nations, because the children of Israel that come back, the 2/3 that come back, they're going to be in line. They're going to be in line. Prophecy. All right? But these other nations going off, they're going to know the laws. They're going to know, okay, every third or fourth generation, you'll come back. But for now, what you're doing, we can't have it going on. And their fire going to be put out. Their spirit going to be taken from them. Say it like that. Where was I at? Okay, punishing them for their crimes, rehabilitating them into better citizens, and serving as a deterrent to other would-be lawbreakers. Yeah. How good is that working? You see, from Esau Edom, discarding, this first, or one of these laws, I'm not going to say the first, but a law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua has led to the wickedness that we live in. They thought this would work, right? Punishing them for their crimes, rehabilitating them, right? Instead of capital punishment, instead of corporal punishment, rehabilitation. And ain't no rehabilitation. Look at the prison system, man. It's on the news now. It's on your TV. It's on your YouTube. It's out there how the prison system is ran. It's corrupt and crooked as fuck. All right. So just, man, when the Lord come back, he's going to make sure everything is in place and in right, man. Right. Everything is right. Done the way it's supposed to be done. Through Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's it. Because this shit got to go. It's too much land for homes to be stacked up on homes and houses joined to houses. It's too much land. I don't want to get too thrown off, so let me go to my next. Let's go here. The prisons, all right? Because we know that let's go back there right quick. Just scroll up to Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Let's go here. No, I read that already. About the prison system. We went over that. Isaiah 42 and 22. Let me open this up though. Isaiah 42 verse 20 started 20. Oh, beautiful. 21. Isaiah 42 verse 21. The Lord is well pleased for his righteousness' sake. He will magnify the law and make it honorable in the kingdom. There's no way the children of Israel are going to go off based with the promise that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given to his elect, that his laws, statutes, and commandments will be put in our inward parts. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. There's no more sinning. Sin leads to death. In the kingdom, there's going to be corporal punishment, right? Capital punishment. And the knowledge that after every third, fourth generation, you'll be back on the earth. All right? And I'm not trying to make it sound like it's some easy cakewalk or anything like that. In these days and time, we're going to go through a lot. We're going to go through trials and tribulations. It's going to be all type of things. But these laws, these commandments, this should give you faith and through the understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, how he operates and what he's looking for and what will be. Verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. All right, prison houses. That came out, in 17 started, so-called 1785. And they said it happened after the American Revolution. You can do your research on that. I seen that earlier. You know, the Massachusetts State Prison, it said it happened after the American Revolution, where prison system started rising up in 1785. All right, then you got 1830, apartments were created, which is against the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Woe to them that build houses upon houses, roughly paraphrasing. 1891, established the prison system. Verse 22 again, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in houses, and they are hid in snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. All right, and that's in I believe in Jeremiah and Lamentations and Isaiah. You know, they shake the hand of us. No one is out here to rescue us. There's also written in Deuteronomy, the curses. All right, no man shall buy you. I believe it's 28 verse 68. All right, only Yahweh Shah is going to redeem us with His glory through his spiritual power. Nothing carnal. Get tired of seeing all these people being big and bad and buff behind the carnal means of hurting people or taking things down. Shit, man. Fucking world of Esau. Esauism, if that's a word. It is now. Esauism. Shit. All right, man. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? The time that we're in right now. Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned. For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. All right, and that's where it goes back to. That's where it goes back to. And that's why this word is so out of sync. Because as a young man, You know, when there's fear established in the house, there's order. When there is fear established in the house, there's order. You know, without that fear, you have what we have in the world right now. Women don't fear their men. Children don't fear they parents. This is why we have what we have. But like you go back right here, verse 24, Isaiah 42 and verse 24, who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord? He against whom we have sinned, for they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his laws. Okay, the Lord did it. It's a dreadful thing to fall into the hand of the Most High. And we've done that. But he's extending mercy to the elect of Israel. All right? Before he come down and check his wife, you know, and check his virgins, all right? Because you got 5 foolish virgins and you got 5 wise virgins. All right? And they all getting checked. All right? If y'all mad, I don't even want to go there, man. But hey, man, when order is established, man, Isaiah 4:1 is going to take full effect for the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, for that tabernacle of King David, starting with Yahweh Shai and the 144,000. We're going to go from there to here. When did slavery end in America? Passed by Congress in January 31, 1865, right? Right? From 1785, after the American Revolution, the Massachusetts State Prison was set up. In 1830, apartments were created in New York. All right? It's the same complex because it's still a prison system. We're not supposed to be living on top of each other. We're not supposed to be close to each other like that. There's supposed to be a space between us. This land is too big for everybody to be living. Everybody's supposed to have their own plot of land and all that. This construction, this world cannot keep on going on living like this with apartments and sky rises and prison systems. This is not going to continue because it's nothing but being wickedness on top of wickedness on top of wickedness from Esau, Edom. Malachi chapter 1, verse 1 through 4. The fucking border of wickedness. This is what we dealing with. And you can't escape it. It don't matter how much money you make. It don't matter how many people you make happy. All that shit get thrown out the window according to prophecy. All right? Passed by Congress on January 31st, 1865, and ratified on December 6, 1865. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery in the United States. But what happened after the 13th Amendment? Right? What they say in the 13th Amendment? Let me see if they're going to let me pull it up, because bitch, if they do, that'll be beautiful. That would be beautiful. And don't lie to us. Let's get it. People also ask, get out of here, what does the 13th Amendment say in simple terms? Section 1, neither slave nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or in any place subject to their jurisdiction. And then what they do? They started making laws. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see if we can go there. Yeah, the water y'all about to me outside. You know I'm going. Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. All these little itty bitty laws, from prohibition to the 80s with the crack cocaine. Well, we won't even go there, right? Because they haven't really made no laws against that yet. Though they changed the drug scene, now there's more fentanyl and all these other things going on, right? But they had, with the hippie situation, they had the weed going on for a minute, and then they made a law, in the 80s and 90s against selling, distributing marijuana. And, it shouldn't have been from the beginning at all. It should never have been. It's not going to be in the kingdom, all right? It's not going to be in the kingdom. So if you a hippie or whatever, and you think you're going to just be blowing trees all day in the kingdom, man, that's one reason why you're going to get destroyed on this side. All right? I just say it like that. But they created these things, like even crack and cocaine. They created these things that's going to throw people off for money. People become addicted to these things. But there's no enchantment to Jacob. Roughly paraphrasing. All right? But they made these laws. Even say a stop sign. Or domestic violence. Domestic violence. Right? You got some guys that go overboard with bullshit, right? But still, domestic violence. You got women that's been fucking niggas up for Slakia. Certain men up for years. And now they're just now getting their slice of the pie. And there's other laws that's just ridiculous. But that's why most of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians are caught up in those institutions because of those laws. Back at where are we at with the invention of the incarceration system. Not there. My bad, not there. Let's scroll up. Yeah, right here. The 13th Amendment, which happened in the 1800s. Right after slavery was abolished, that's when they came in with the 13th Amendment. Slavery all over again. I'm about to close out in a minute because I think that's all. Let's go here. Psalms 83, my favorite chapter, one of my favorite chapters, because I never understood this until I listened to the elders and apostles of the GMS. Never understood it. I always wondered about it. It always just hit me deep down in my soul since I was a jit, man. I remember coming across this scripture and I was always wondering, like, what does this really mean? Psalms 83, verse 3 through 5. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who are they? Esau, Edom, the elites, and the other nations, the other heathen nations. All right? Ham, Ammon, so-called Africans, Chinese, Moab, the Japanese, all, what their name is? The Ishmael, the Arabians. Took crafty counsel against thy hidden ones, against thy people, the people of the Lord, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, West Indians, and Haitians, and the speckled bird. Psalms 83 and 3 again, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones, hidden in prison houses. Right? As we just read in what was that, Isaiah? No, Salakia. Khan, yeah, it was Isaiah. Isaiah 42. Yep. Spoiled and robbed. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in the remembrance. and what they call us: niggas, spics, blacks, colors, wetbacks, red skin. You know, Gad, they call Gad red skin Indians and all this shit. You know, Indians meaning savage. Proverbs and bywords. Reading the Deuteronomy is a part of curses. That our name be no more in the land. And then they went and took our name, Israel, or Israelites, and went to our homeland and called themselves Israelis. For they have consulted together one with one consent. They are confederate against thee. We have enemies. And it's not who they said that we are, you know, that our enemies are. You know, in the kingdom, we won't be building house upon house. It's going to be so much land like it is right now. But in righteousness in the kingdom, everybody going to have their part. Everybody going to have their part. Matter of fact, that'll probably be what I name this thing, you know. The whole land will be inhabited with Israelite rulers under Yahweh Shah around the whole earth. All right? Around the whole earth. There's going to be order established. You know? The water y'all by Yahweh Shah. I got one more precept, I think. I got two more. Matter of fact, let me go to Proverbs 3:29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. You see? That law is going to be established in the kingdom. And you should be working on that right now. Ready to say again? Proverbs 3:29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely with thee. No premeditated thoughts. No premeditated thoughts of evil. You know? Hi, bye, peace. Hey, take care. You know, if we talking, we're going to have a holy conversation. Other than that, all right, man. We ain't getting to it, man. Stick to yourself. Stick to your house. Stick to your family. Those type of situations. Because we coming to a time that's going to be like no other. This is a law. These are all these laws, statutes, commandments. We should be trying to get inside our mind right now for when that time comes. Because this is how the kingdom is going to be brought in. That's how the Lord going to judge who his elect is. Going through the fire. No matter how hard it get. Devise no evil against your neighbor. I want to also go to Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity, and their iniquity, for their iniquity, because they transgressed against me. Therefore I hid my face from them, and gave them unto the hand of their enemies. So fell they all by the sword. Over and over and over again. This is the last captivity, in which some is going to live forever, or they're not going to see death. You know? Last precept. Last verse I want to get. Scripture I want to get is in Luke chapter 1. I'm going to start at verse. Let's start at verse 68. Blessed be the Lord, our power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. He hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, the tabernacle of King David, the elect of Israel, starting with the 144,000 men, 12,000 men from each of the tribes of Israel. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, the elect, the first fruit. You know, that's out here speaking 100% truth. Whether you here for bear, whether you like it or not. Verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. King David. All right. The oath which he made, verse 73, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, that he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear. Cause we not gonna sin. We're gonna have that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the law, statutes, and commandments inside of us. The thing that Esau Edom can't get, no matter how hard he try or cry. With that, I'm gonna close out. Hoping this lesson is edifying to the elect of Israel. May the blessing and relation be upon your houses. All praise, glory, and honor be to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim Kwakadash. Double honor to our elders and apostles of the great millstone. Till next time, Kwam Yasharala and Wa Abad Babal.